We welcome you back to the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Semifinal play set to get underway. It's Wingate and Coker. Wingate, the 4 seed, the defending champions in this contest, and Coker, the top overall seed. Maybe this is the prize of the year in the South Atlantic Conference. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Wilkes, joined alongside Andrew Rogers, taking you through today's coverage of Coker and Wingate. Andrew, first of all, you've seen these teams quite a few times. What do you expect out of this matchup?
Yeah, it should be a fun one, Ryan. They split in the regular season, and both teams have really good players. Shantiana Tillman was terrific for Coker to get them into this matchup, and Wingate got an elite performance from Laney Beal. Both teams deserve to be here as we see some numbers from Tillman and Beal. Beal hit 5 of those 12 threes that she's got this season in their quarterfinal win, and Shantiana Tillman, she has been the player of the year. She was named player of the year for what she did in the regular season, 17.5 points per game, and erupted for 31 in the quarterfinal round. Both these players are critical for their team's success.
Not to mention 2 career highs for each of these players in this tournament. Laney Beal, career high 21 last night in a hard-fought win to move on to the semifinals, and Shantiana Tillman, a career high 31 points against Limestone. So we'll see what these two teams have to offer here in the first semifinal of tonight's action. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and be back with tip-off here on Flow College.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
We welcome you back to the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center as we're getting ready for tip-off between Wingate and Coker to open South Atlantic Conference semifinal play on the women's side. Really exciting start to the day. On the men's side of the bracket, we had 2 show-stopping matchups between Carson-Newman and Lincoln Memorial. A great game that sent Lincoln Memorial to the final, and then Lenore Ryan outlasted Catawba. Andrew, 2 great battles between 4 great teams, and really a good start to the day.
Yeah, really, this entire tournament has delivered on the men's side and the women's side, and it's all chalk basically to the title game. Both top 2 seeds, Lincoln Memorial and Lenore Ryan, battled the entire regular season for the regular season crown. Now they'll battle for the tournament crown, only fitting for how those 2 teams have played this year.
We turn the page to the women's bracket. Obviously, Wingate and Coker getting us started to start semifinal play. These 2 ready to face off again. It was Wingate who got a 1-point win on February 26th, second to last game of the regular season. So Coker looking to bounce back from that. It should be a good one here as we get ready to roll. And then Carson-Newman and Anderson, that's the one that we're really looking at between the Eagles and the Trojans. Those 2 really face off well against each other in postseason play. What are you expecting, not only today, but out of that second matchup?
Yeah, well, to sum it up, I mean, anytime you get 2 semifinal games and when the 2 regular season meetings between the teams are split, you know you're in for a good one. Both teams in both of these semifinal matchups defended their home courts, and now it gets decided on a neutral floor here in the conference basketball tournament. Obviously, Carson and Anderson know all about each other. They've met now 4 times, or will have met 4 times in the conference tournament over the last 4 seasons. So it should be a fun night here of basketball. It's been a long day already. We've had some long basketball games, and those 2 men's semifinals, Ryan, were decided by a combined 4 points. So if that's anything, a preview for what we're getting, the nightcap should deliver as well.
Today's living up to the hype already, and when you talk about Coker, you can't go without talking about Melissa DeVore. This team, 11 wins in her 3rd season, got to the tournament last year, into the conference tournament this year, the #1 overall seed in the SAC tournament, leading to a Coach of the Year selection for DeVore. What has her style kind of been able to play off for this Coker squad this year?
Well, they have been elite, Ryan, on the defensive end of the floor. They have done an excellent job there, and that's where it starts with most teams. You got to be able to get in a stance and play excellent defense, and Coker in the regular season only gave up 70 points per game, but what stands out, or gave up 60 points, best in the South Atlantic Conference, but they make things difficult on you in the half court, and that's why this team has had so much success this season.
Wingate and the Road Blues. Coker serving as a home team in the white uniforms as Tillman collects the tip, feeds off to Waswa. Now back to the top of the key. 20 to shoot for Coker on its first possession. Hand off to Ferguson, back to the top. Now for Mitchum. Mitchum working with 14 to shoot, gives off Tillman, tries a right wing 3. No good back iron, tipped around, and it will go to Wingate. So Andrew, same starting lineups for both sides. Anna Baraldi, Lainey Beal, Kylie Bacon, Anaya Oliver, and Leah Anderson. For Coker, it's Tillman, Waswa, Mitchum, Ferguson, and Thompson. 2 differing styles of play. Coker focusing a little bit more on the defensive side, as you talked about, the league's top defense. As Bacon, a member of the all-freshman team, gives off to Beal. Anderson now in the far corner with 14 to shoot. Leah Anderson will pull up for a mid-range jump shot, and it's no good. Rebound tipped around, and it goes out of bounds off of Coker. Andrew didn't fall, but Leah Anderson's proven this season that mid-range game is part of her game.
Yeah, she's got to be an X factor for Ann Hancock's team. Averages 12 points a game, 8.5 rebounds. Certainly had a case for an all-conference selection this season. Was not picked to those all-conference teams in her sophomore season, but a big-time scorer, and they'll need her inside presence because this is a Coker team that forces you into difficult shots in the half court. And so if you can get some easy ones with Anderson and her 6'1" frame inside, that'll certainly be critical underneath.
There's a discussion, I believe, about the shot clock. Maybe deciding whether or not to reset it to 30 or back to 18, which 2 seconds would come off the clock. Now they're going to put it back at 20.
Yep.
So it'll be 20 to shoot for Wingate. Lainey Beal is going to inbound on the baseline as Anderson gets the inbound pass back to the basket. Working on Kamari Thompson. Spins a right-hand hook shot, falls. Tough shot outside the lane for Leah Anderson, but she gets it to drop, and Wingate leads 2-0. Waswa for Ferguson in the far corner. She dribbles inside the paint. Has it taken away by Anderson. 8:56 to play here in the first quarter. It's Wingate 2, Coker nothing as Baraldi drives down the right side of the lane. She'll hand off for Oliver. Really nice night for Oliver last night against Mars Hill as she tries to feed into Bacon. And Mitchum takes it away. She's promptly fouled by Bacon. Good help on the backside there by Mitchum to create that turnover.
Yeah, excellent team defense by Mitchum. She's the point guard of this team and does an excellent job here. After Ferguson fronted the post, Mitchum right there on the entry feed to steal the ball, and eventually it leads to the foul.
Tillman at the top gives off to Waswa, the 2 leading scorers for Coker. With Waswa averaging about 13. Tillman, as we mentioned, 17.6. As it goes inside, Ferguson back to the basket, kicks back out. Mitchum at the top with under 10 to shoot. Far corner, Waswa tries a triple, no good. Rebound tipped around and down low. It's Ferguson to collect. Second chance opportunity will fall for Maya Waswa. Second chance opportunities proved to pay off right there for Coker, and we're tied at 2. Baraldi into the front court, pressuring defense by Mitchum. Baraldi is harassed here by Mitchum on the near side, right from the Coker bench. Beal collects at the top. Waswa pushing her out towards half court. Under 10 to shoot. Beal drives down the left side of the lane. Left-hand scoop shot is too short. Beal collects her own miss. She tries to put it back up, and she's fouled. Possessions on both ends of the floor, Andrew. Second chance opportunities, and now Wingate has a chance to convert.
Yeah, defensive rebounds are going to be important for both teams in this game. It's a good take from Lainey Beal. And Leah Anderson doesn't get credit for the rebound, Ryan, but she was in the mix, and her just getting in the area and being in the right spot leads to Beal getting a second chance opportunity, and it leads to some free throws. Both teams are going to crash the glass, and you see this a lot in basketball, especially in the conference tournament. Teams love to crash the glass, and so who wins that battle might win this game.
2 free throws for Beal fall in the first half last night. 17 of Beal's 21 came in that first half. She starts her scoring today with 2 free throws at the line. And Wingate leads 4-2. Top of the key, Tillman gives off Mitchum. Mitchum looking for an option. Bounce pass to Ferguson at the free throw line. Now into the corner, Waspa pump fake, drive towards the middle of the lane. Puts up a shot, hits every part of the rim and doesn't fall. Beal skies for the rebound. It gives off to Chavis, who's checked in for the first time. Chavis a handoff at the top. Bacon crosses over on Ferguson. Left-hand layup is tipped, and it's blocked off the backboard as Tillman pushes quickly the other way. Tillman in the corner. It's Mitchum. Mitchum back out Ferguson. Ferguson pump fake on Chavis. Now back to the top. Mitchum drives down, tries a left-hand scoop shot, missed everything as Lainey Beal gets another rebound. Beal across the timeline on the far side. Chavis will set things up offensively for Wingate, leading 4-2 over 3 minutes into the semifinal matchup. Beal to the free throw line, bounce pass back out for Chavis. Far side, Beal behind the back. 9 to shoot as Bacon has in the corner, drives on Ferguson. Now a turnaround jumper, rattles around, no good. Anderson tried for the board, good box out, and a defensive rebound for Kamari Thompson. Tillman gives off, Ferguson tries a long-range triple, no good, long rebound. Chavis rips it away. A strong rebound for Chavis off the bench as the two teams seeming to emphasize further that defensive rebound you were talking about, Andrew, after a couple second chance opportunities on the first few possessions. Chavis down through the lane, no good on the scoop shot. Rebound collected, Tillman. Tillman working quickly the other way. Excuse me, that's Mitchum. As Waspa cuts backdoor, she's denied by Leah Anderson. Here come the Bulldogs as Beraldi pushes up the floor left to right. Right-hand layup is good, plus the harm. What a sequence for the Bulldogs. Anderson's denial at the rim, and then Beraldi takes it coast to coast.
This is really good work in transition by the senior guard from Rome, Italy. It all starts with Anderson on one end with a rejection and Beraldi with a little hesitation off the bounce, Ryan. That's nice.
First foul on Ferguson, first team foul. Excuse me, the second team foul on the Cobras as Beraldi's and one free throw is good. She'll check out. Nia Oliver back in for the Bulldogs. Andrew, one thing that stood out last night about Oliver, she hasn't had any action in the scoring column tonight, but she was Wingate's shot clock, late in the shot clock option last night in that game against Catawba. As Mitchum has it at the top, under 20 to shoot inside for Waspa. Waspa turns, back out. Mitchum tries a triple. Backboard rim, no good. Waspa with another second chance board. There's now Mitchum at the top of the key, and she walked with it. Going the other way, a turnover for the Cobras. It's a second Coker turnover of the ball game, and Wingate gets possession back. It's been all Wingate so far, a 5-point lead built with 5:19 to play in the first.
It's important to note, too, Coker has missed 7 of its first 8 shots. It's not to a surprise to a degree because in the 2 regular season meetings, they shot 29 and 35% from the field. So Wingate has been able to defend this team. It's about whether they can score enough on this end of the floor. And right now, they're doing fine offensively because eventually Coker will be able to score. But Wingate's got to be able to counter with some three-point shots.
Beal tries a 3. She can't get it to go. It's Pollock off the bench with the rebound. Her shot won't fall. Gets it back. A left-hand layup is no good. The rebound tipped around. Now a foul called on Bree Hughes, I believe. As Christian Knight was looking to put an end to that possession, and she's able to get Coker the ball back. A good box out, as that will take us to our first break. It's Wingate 7, Coker 2 in the first semifinal matchup to wrap up the day here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. We'll be back with the rest of the first quarter here on Flow College.
At LMU, every door is open. Each can help me build my future exactly how I imagine it. Let's check those specs, guys. And lead to a career where I'll have an impact. As a nurse. How are you feeling today? A social worker.
I guess I started when I was young.
Or an executive of a multinational company. Take a look at the third quarter. I know LMU will prepare me for a career where I'll make my mark. That's a cut. Because whatever door I walk into, there's a
balance. It isn't just essential in your sport, it's essential in life, especially college life. It's everything you need to thrive in school, in sport, and everything in between. The key is just finding a place where you can pursue it all, because the real beauty lies in the balance. If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
Back at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center as Wingate has the early 7-2 lead over Coker. Andrew, you're talking about it. During the break, combined the teams 3 of 18 from the field as the two sides look to get going. After the under 5 media timeouts, Coker's possession in the front court. Knight, handoff Mitchum. Now back to Knight with 20 to shoot. Knight loses it for a second. Tie up on the floor, and it's a jump ball. Possession will go back to Wingate.
Yeah, defenses have played really well, and some of it's been a mixture of some bad offense at times, but both teams defensively are off to a really good start. Wingate in this zone defense has given Coker problems. Half their shots have gone from long range, and they're not getting any good looks inside because you saw what happened when they went inside. Lee Anderson erased a shot at the rim, so Coker's going to have to find a way to get the ball in the middle and really break down this zone.
Beal a bounce pass down low for Pollock. Oliver now in the mid-range, tries a mid-range J. Can't get it to fall. Tillman skies for the rebound as Coker moving quickly. Down low, a layup is good for Kamari Thompson. Good find by Shantiana Tillman. And Coker's back on the board, breaking a scoring drought of almost 4 minutes.
That's one way to avoid having to go against a zone and try to break a zone defense and find ways to score. Get out and run and use your defensive stops as transition offense. Wingate's going to have to do a good job of getting back on defense because Coker is very fast and they will run in transition.
Beal tries to go inside, tries a left-hand floater, no good. Now a tie-up as Beal was trying to go back up with it. Good for Coker to get a hand in there and not allow Beal to get that second chance opportunity. Back up to the bucket as Courtney Taylor will check in for the Cobras for the first time.
A lot of white jerseys in the area, Ryan, as Beal attempted the first shot. Good to get the second one back, but so many white jerseys with hands in there made that difficult, and that's why Beal comes up empty. She struggled early on. She's gotten some good looks, I think, but they've been tough looks in her 4 shot attempts so far, 0 for 4.
Mitchum has it at the top. Give off far side now for Knight. Knight driving towards the free throw line. Kick back out Mitchum. It's going to be a charge as Anaya Oliver stands in and takes the contact. And Wingate gets possession back. Looked like she just put her head down there and wasn't aware that Oliver was standing in her path. And it's a Coker turnover.
Next possession down. Look how many blue jerseys on defense are going to be inside the arc. They're packing it in and forcing Coker to take perimeter shots. They only make 5.5 per game. Wingate's content with living with outside shots. They don't want to give up anything easy. They're going to force Coker to make shots.
15 to shoot on this possession for the Bulldogs as it goes to the top for Lainey Beal. Beal tries a triple, back iron, no. And Knight collects. Doesn't look like Beal has that shot working like she did last night. As Knight kicks to the baseline, Waspa drives. Kick back out Mitchum. Mitchum to the top for Knight. Knight thinks about a triple. Now we'll pull it back out with 20 to shoot.
Look at all the blue jerseys. They're all inside the free throw line.
Knight peruses to the top, 12 to shoot as it goes inside. Back out, Knight will try a 3, and she got it. We're tied at 7 as Coker nets its first 3 now, 1 of 5 from long range, and it's Christian Knight with her first points.
She's more than capable of knocking those down. Made 11 in the regular season, has 24 in her career. Not as many attempts because she's good in the mid-range, but will take that shot from long range.
Now an on-ball foul called on Mitchum. Andrew, not to mention you talk about the packed-in parts of the zone. One way to break out of a zone is to knock down the 3-ball, and that's what Knight did right there. As Tillman checks back in, Mitchum will get a breath. Lainey Beal checks out. As we're tied at 7, 2:25 to play. Hasn't been the shooting start either of these sides are really looking for, but a tightly contested contest early as Chavis can't get the ball in. And Andrew, that's what Coker does so well, is create havoc defensively, and they do so right there. That gives them the ball back with 2.5 to play.
Yeah, this is really good off-ball defense here, denying the passing lanes to force the 5-second violation. No open lanes. Look at all the white jerseys just hugging blue jerseys. Hugging as not a literal term, but just staying attached to your man. Well done.
Now Tillman looking inside, far side for Taylor on the back cut. Knight at the top with 17 to shoot. Knight gives off, far side triple for Taylor, no good, rattles in and out. Rebound collected by Thompson, and she sticks it back up and in. Coker leads 9-7. Chavis again looking to get the ball in. A lot of off-ball pressure coming from Coker. 90 feet of pressure here with under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Massey trying to cross the timeline. She does, gives off for Chavis. Under 20 to shoot for Wingate. In a low-scoring first quarter. Near side Bacon gives out top for Massey. Now an illegal screen. I believe it will go on Chavis. And it will. That off-ball pressure like you talked about, creating another turnover forced by the Cobras.
Get another look at it here on our replay, away from the ball. Not a whole lot of contact, but enough off that down screen. You could see Stanley was, or rather Taylor, pardon me, was late getting over there because of that illegal screen.
A minute and a half to go. Waswell has it at the top, gives it to Knight on the near side wing. Thompson gives it back out. Knight working off the dribble. Now kick back out, a triple for Taylor, and it falls. 12-7 Coker as Courtney Taylor nets Coker's second three of the game. And Coker's on a 10-0 run. Anderson back to the basket looking for an answer on Thompson. Scoops it up, no good. Rebound for Tillman. Under a minute to play in this first quarter as Tillman feeds off for Waswell. Waswell glancing down the lane. Floater's no good off the back iron, and Anderson collects the board. Oliver to Chavis. Wingate pushing quickly. Chavis down the middle of the lane. Tries a right-hand layup. Can't get it to fall. Anderson tips the rebound out of bounds. And Coker seemingly speeding Wingate up, playing a style of basketball that the Bulldogs don't really like to play. And that's kind of been the aggressor in this 10-0 run for Coker, is their ability defensively to speed Wingate up and create some untimely turnovers in this first quarter.
Yeah, you can already tell the pace wants to be in Wingate's favor. They want to play a half-court game, force Coker to try to score against the zone, and Wingate can run some sets on the other end. But right now, just no offense right now for Wingate. They have missed 9 straight shots.
A 14-second differential shot clock and game clock. Tillman will try a three. Front iron, no. And Anderson's down with the rebound. Second rebound for Anderson this contest as Wingate maybe will try and get the last possession. Bacon has other thoughts. She takes it inside, no good. Maybe a rush shot there. As the rebound's collected, now a foul. That goes on Beraldi. 14th foul of the quarter. As Bacon, good look there, couldn't get it to fall. And now Coker will have the quarter's last possession. Knight brings it across the timeline, 5 to shoot for the Cobras. Into the corner, Ferguson thinks about a triple, back out Knight, pump fake, she'll pull it, and it's no good off the front of the rim, and that's how the first quarter ends. Coker down 7-2, rips off the next 10, and the Cobras lead after one. Andrew, Wingate is very familiar with this spot. Coker not so much. The Cobras made it in the COVID year that all teams made it, and a loss last season in the quarters to Lenore Ryan, but Coker a different squad this year and showing it in the first quarter. We'll be back with the start of the second. It's Coker 12, Wingate 4 right here on Flow College. Back at the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center, Coker leads Wingate 12-7 at the end of the first. Andrew, just 2 shots for Wingate that go down of their last 10 to end the quarter. And Coker's been able to rip off the last 10 points to take a 5-point lead.
Yeah, I think Wingate's getting some good looks at the basket. They're just not falling right now. Stick with it.
Another good look there for Anderson. She can't get it to fall. Tillman with the board. She rips it away, pushing quickly the other way. Now she's found at the top by Oliver. And that'll be Anaya Oliver's first. Mitchum will check back in for Knight. Good minutes for Knight. She knocked down a 3. Had 2 rebounds and an assist. As Mitchum checks back in for her. Tillman inbound on the far baseline. Into Lagenauer. Now Tillman works off a screen. To the top for Ferguson. She drives down inside. Kick back out. Taylor thinks about a 3. Now drives inside. Floater in the middle of the lane. Doesn't fall. And Beraldi grabs a rebound. Interested to see Wingate's response to start this second quarter as Beal thinks about a 3 on the near side. It gives off Anderson. Lagenauer defending Anderson with 17 to shoot. Anderson back to the basket, goes inside. Lagenauer, great defense. Looked like a tie-up. They're going to say Anderson traveled, and possession goes back to Coker. That swarming defense again paying off for the Cobras.
Yeah, didn't fall for the pump fake. This is really good. Just wall-off defense. Stay there. Didn't fall for the pump fake. Could have had a jump ball there as well, but this Coker defense, they are showing why they're one of the best defenses in this region. Only gave up 59 points per game in the regular season, and showing why right now why they're so good on this end of the floor. But crazy enough, Wingate's missed 11 straight shots and is only down 5. So they're in this game. They just have to find some offense at some point.
A couple newcomers in the game as Michaela Jones gets her first axe in the tournament. Pollock back in as Tillman tries a deep 3. Front iron, no. Good box out from Beraldi. And she draws a foul on Kiana Stanley, who just checked in. Second chance opportunities have been a storyline so far. That time Beraldi wasn't going to let Stanley go anywhere. Kept her on her back. Stanley reached across and gets the foul call. Oliver in the front court with 8:35 to play. Both teams scoreless so far in the first minute and a half of the second quarter. Oliver hands off for Lainey Beal. Beal down the lane, left-hand layup. No, a lot of contact, no whistle. Stanley grabs the board. Here comes Kiana Stanley for the Cobras, her first action today. Gives off Ferguson, free throw line jumper. Rattles around, no good. Lagenauer the rebound, and the right-hand stick back is true. Lagenauer for 2, and the Coker lead is up to 7.
Some really good minutes from Lagenauer right now off Coker's bench.
Now Ferguson wraps around Pollock and knocks it out of play.
Who's going to step up for Wingate at this point? I think they're getting some good looks, but somebody's got to make a jump shot or a layup at some point. Kylie Bacon's an option. She averages 9 points per game. We talked about Anderson a little bit. Obviously, Lainey Beal was terrific in the quarterfinal round with 22 points and a career-high 5 threes. They're going to need somebody. Anaya Oliver, their point guard. I mean, they've got options, but they're not stepping up at the moment.
Now a drive down the right side of the lane. Front iron, no for Jones. And it's a tie-up. Possession will go back to Coker. Andrew, every time Wingate gets a hand on the ball, it seems like Coker has been right there defensively. And another example there, forcing the tie-up and getting possession back up 7. Mitchum brings it across the timeline, gives off to Stanley. Stanley in the middle, Tillman. She's swarmed defensively. And now a tie-up on this end of the floor. The zone collapsing. It did last night against Janiyah Foskey to a lot of success. And right there forces another turnover.
Safe to say these two teams want to make the SAC title game. Look at the effort by both teams to get to the floor first and try to win possession back. Expect plenty of jump balls when Coker plays.
7:30 to play as Oliver collects on the near side wing. 19 just to shoot as Pariga has at the top. She drives down the right side of the lane. Right-hand layup, no good off the iron. Another missed shot for Wingate. Now 2 of its first 21 shots. A turnover in the front court, stolen right back by Lagenauer. Quick exchange there. Wingate looked like it was creating an opportunity on its side. But Lagenauer a steal as Mitchum drives in the middle part of the lane. Kick back out for Stanley. Stanley a bounce pass for Tillman with 15 to shoot. Tillman back to the top. 10 to shoot for the Cobras. Handoff goes far side Mitchum. Now inside of the middle for Lagenauer. Lagenauer has it tipped away. Mitchum collects. 2 to shoot. A floater is banked in by Mitchum. Awkward floater from the free throw line, and Mitchum gets it to fall. 16-7 Cobras. Coker's largest lead now at 9. As Jones tries a long 2 and she rattles it home. A deep 2, typically a low percentage shot, but that's the one that gets Wingate its first bucket in quite a while. Top of the key, Mitchum, 20 to shoot, 16-9 your score, with 6:10 in the moving clock here in the second quarter.
Nearly 10 minutes of game action here in the first half. Wingate went without a point.
Waspa down low, a floater will fall. Melissa DeVore asking for a foul call. Nonetheless, Waspa gets it to go. Andrew, like you mentioned, a 10-minute scoring drought almost, and Wingate's still within single digits. It's a 9-point game as we trickle towards the under 5 media timeout. Ekpariga down the lane. She's denied as Tillman collects on the far side. Mitchum up the floor to the free throw line. She'll try a mid-range jumper. Back iron, no. Rebound collected by Lainey Beal. Beal only 2 points so far. She's 0 for 6 from the field. The impact player for Wingate. Her only 2 points came from the free throw line. She has it at the top of the key with 20 to shoot. Beal down low, Oliver. Mid-range jumper. Back iron, no. Tillman with the rebound. She has 5 rebounds so far. Has yet to score as she'll drive down the lane. Front iron, no on the floater. And Jones grabs a rebound. Good take there for Tillman. Been some quality looks for her, but she's 0-3 from the field.
It's good transition defense by Wingate. Ryan, Wingate's playing good defense. They just got to figure out how to put the ball in the cup at this point in the game.
3 of 24 from the field. Coker not much better, 8 of 24, but it's been enough to build a 9-point lead. Beal with under 10 to shoot. Step back. Tries a deep 2. It's blocked. Pollock with the rebound. A right-hand layup. No. Did it hit the rim? The shot clock didn't reset. Now a foul call on the baseline. I believe it looked like it will go on Coker as Beal, and I think it was Mitchum, got tangled up. And
Beal
the foul's going to go against Laganau.
Looked like Beal had this possession off the miss. And Laganauer was just kind of in the wrong spot at the wrong time. That's what Beal just kind of falls over on her. Tough play, tough call, but probably the right one.
We'll go to the under 5 media timeout here in the second quarter. 4:40 on the dot to play. A little bit of a slow start for both sides offensively. Wingate looking to answer, shoot just 12%. We'll be back for the rest of the second quarter here on Flow College.
At Anderson University, we are on a journey, one that seeks to find the purpose for which God created each and every one of us. So we search, we grow, we dive in, we dig deeper, until our journey finds us as teachers, artists.
On this end.
Anderson back to the basket, kick out. Chavis tries a 3, no good. Rebound tipped around. Waswell able to tiptoe the baseline and keep it in play. Here comes Tillman. She's yet to score. Bounce pass far side. Back out Tillman. Good look from 3. No good. Fortunate for Wingate, Shantiana Tillman, who had 31 in the opening game of this tournament, has yet to score. Again, Wingate not shooting the ball well, but still well within this game. Bacon has it at the top, 18 to shoot. Now into Anderson. Back to the basket. Looking for an option. She'll float it up. Didn't find the iron, and it's tipped out of bounds by Beal. Good sportsmanship shown there, helping Shantiana Tillman off of the deck. And 2 subs coming in for the first time. It'll be McKaylee Allen to check in. And Christian Knight, who had good minutes in the first quarter and early in the second, will check back in. 18-9 your score, under 4 to play, 3:54 to go before halftime. We'll see if Wingate has an answer here. But again, a long scoring drought for Wingate. Second long scoring drought of the game, over 2.5 minutes now. As Knight, a skip pass for Waspa. Chavis overcommitted, but is able to get back defensively. Now she's called for a kick ball. Good action off the ball by Chavis, though, to try and steal that pass. Get back in position to defend a dangerous player in Maya Waspa.
Yeah, Wingate's been active defensively. I mean, most of the time you'd say 32% shooting for an opponent would not be enough to have a 9-point lead, but Coker's defense has forced Wingate to make just 3 field goals in 28 tries.
Free throw line, Allen, kick back out for Mitchum. Now Allen thinks about 3, pump fake to get inside, back out Mitchum. 7 to shoot for the Cobras. Kick far side, goes to Knight. Knight drives inside, penetration, kick back out. Allen a 3, she got it. Good action offensively for Coker to penetrate that zone. The kick back out for Allen, making an instant impact off the bench.
It's a big shot, only the third 3 in this basketball game. All three are by Coker, now a turnover.
Chavis has it taken away. Allen moving quickly the other direction. Left-hand layup is swatted away, but a lot of contact, and the foul is going to go on Laney Beal. Andrew Coker, I think, looking to capitalize on the opportunity that Wingate has provided with all these missed shots. And quick action for the Cobras, now leading by 12. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on Flow College as you see the last three from Allen. Good penetration there. Talk about a zone. Two ways to beat a zone is to penetrate and shoot the three well. Coker showed both of those on that last possession.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to move the ball. You've got to have good player movement, and that was a good job by Knight, I think it was, that dished it out to Allen for the open three-point shot. You got to move the ball, and you have to dribble drive. You can't just pass it around the perimeter and hope to get an open look. You got to be able to attack the zone with a dribble, with a shot, and fortunately for Coker, they were able to do that and then get a defensive stop and try to turn that into points. They'll get free throws here with 3 to play. This has been a stellar defensive half for the regular season champions, showing why they're one of the best teams in the region.
9 points off turnovers for the Cobras. A chance for Knight here at the line to push that total to 10 and 11. As Knight heads to the line, she was fouled by Beal before the timeout. First free throw up for Knight. Back iron, no good. We'll hear from Anna Hancock at halftime to talk. Her team struggles so far today, but if you're Ann Hancock, I think you got to be a little bit pleased that this game is not further out of reach than it is. Coker not shooting the ball overly well, but that's been overshadowed by just 3 of 28 for the Bulldogs. As a second free throw rolls home, Baraldi's going to check back in. Ekpariga checks back out for the Wingate Bulldogs. Just a hair under 3 to play. Wingate trails Coker 22-9. As Bacon pressured by Allen in the backcourt. Allen at lengthy forward. She hit a 3 to push the lead to double digits for the first time. Oliver collects in front of the Coker bench.
Look where Wingate's setting up their offense so far outside.
Now another offensive foul coming off the ball, on the ball that time, but a moving screen called on Michaela Jones.
This is really good defense by Mitchum. That's just a bad decision by Jones. Mitchum was going under the screen, and Jones tried to move to get with her, and there's no point to do that because once you're set, you can't move, and that's why Jones gets charged for the foul.
Top of the key, it's Mitchum. Into the corner for Waswa, 17 to shoot for the Cobras. Now inside, back to the basket, it's Thompson, and she'll scoop it up and in. 24-9, a 15-point lead for Coker. And Beal looking to alleviate the pressure a little bit, tosses it off the leg of Knight. And now Ann Hancock at the scorer's table. So this last play for Thompson inside. Good move to shake loose. And just a little push shot off the glass for 2.
The shot clock ran like 6 seconds off after the ball went out of bounds, so they're having to fix that, certainly. Should only have been like a second at most to come off the clock.
Looks like it's reset now to 29. That should be about right.
Okay, now one official saying, let's just do a full reset.
In real time, certainly a second didn't come off the clock when Beal threw it off the leg of Knight. That's likely what the discussion is about right here, as the shot clock does reset to 30 seconds. 24-9 Cobras with 2:17 to play. As Beal will inbound. So get it back from Bacon. And Wingate needs an answer quick with this first half slowly slipping away from the Bulldogs. Top of the key, Beal with 20 to shoot. Gets a screen, steps back, now into the corner for Jones. Jones to the top, Oliver thinks about 3. Drives on Mitchum, another good look. It doesn't fall. Rebound tipped around, Bacon collects back to the top of the key. Beal a pump fake, now inside, kick back out. Jones an open 3, she got it. Big shot for Wingate. It's a 2-pointer. She towed the line, but nonetheless, big for Wingate to break an over 4-minute scoring drought. Top of the key, Waswa gives off for Mitchum. Just under a minute and a half to play. It's inside for Thompson. Thompson tries a reverse layup, and she rattles it in. 4 straight points for Kamari Thompson, and the lead's back to 15.
It's a really good finish by Thompson, the conference's freshman of the year a year ago. He's made some nice plays inside, 4 for 4.
Now a steal at midcourt. Waswa takes it away. Left-hand layup is true. largest lead of the game for Coker. It's 28-11. Now another deflection. Waspa a little bit too active in the backcourt. And the foul's called on Maya Waswa with 1 minute and 5 seconds to play in this first half. Bree Hughes will check back in. Beraldi heads out, as also Deja Ferguson at the scorer's table, and as well as Shantiana Tillman, Allen, and Mitchum check out. Andrew, you really got to be impressed with Coker's ability to build this lead when it really hasn't been that great of a first half for Shantiana Tillman.
Yeah, and that shows that's the nature of a good basketball team. This time of the year, you don't have to just rely on the best player on the floor. Good trap out here.
A good defense at midcourt. Hughes with some nice dribbling, able to get away from it.
Look
now
how far away they are.
Beal glancing down the lane. Right-hand layup, no, and a foul called on Deja Ferguson. Excuse me, it's going to be called on Thompson. She picks up the foul. Good job by Beal just to try and get to the basket, drew the contact, and will go to the line hopefully for some free points with 47 seconds to play.
So much of this offense for Wingate has had to start out near midcourt. They're so far away from the basket, and that's because of Coker's pressure defense in your face, making it difficult. And Wingate's tried to go to the basket, but this on-ball defense has been spectacular, and it's good because they're not fouling. On-ball pressure is good if you're not fouling.
Two separate stretches in this quarter, or in this game, where Coker has outscored Wingate by 10. A 12-2 run here in the second. That's broken up by 2 free throws for Lainey Beal. It's top of the key now for Kristen Knight. Gives off Tillman. Tillman a bounce pass inside. Now a foul. Called on Michaela Jones with 11 to shoot.
Had a foul to give, so it's not the worst thing here, but if you're Wingate, you need a stop and you need a basket. That's the best way to end what has been probably Wingate's worst half of basketball at the worst time of the year.
Inbounds pass from Tillman. It's deflected away from Knight. She gets it back with 18 to shoot. Top of the key, Knight pulls it back out. As she peruses inside the arc. Gives off Tillman. Shantiana Tillman still scoreless in this first half. Gives off Waswa, corner 3. She got it. 18-point lead, actually a 2. These lines are confusing here in the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center. Nonetheless, it's a 17-point lead. Oliver 3 to shoot. Has it taken away. Tillman not aware of the clock. She gets it off. Back iron no good. Shot didn't count regardless. Nonetheless, Coker leads by 17. A tough shooting half for Wingate, scoring just 4 field goals. And Coker shoots 43% to take a 17-point lead in the half. Andrew, you talked about it. Not a great time to have your worst, arguably your worst half of the season, as Wingate heads to the locker room down double digits.
Yeah, that was tough for Wingate, but credit Coker. They did an excellent job. Their offense settled in, and their defense from the start of the game was really good.
Adam Cavalier has Coker's head coach Melissa DeVore down on the baseline. Adam, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Ryan Wilkes. Melissa, what a first half defensively. Tough to argue with only 4 made baskets by the Bulldogs. What clicked for the conference's top scoring defense in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we have proven to do all year. We press, and we press all game. But to keep a team to 13 and a half is pretty impressive. I think right now it's clear our advantage was that extra off day yesterday. Wingate is just exhausted, but we just got to continue to keep our foot on the gas. Like, they're a good team. Laney can get going. Their point guard can get going. Their post can get going. We just got to finish this thing off.
Aside from foot to accelerator, keys to a strong second half.
Yeah, we just got to continue to take care of the basketball. Moving the basketball. Neither team has shot it particularly well. Even for us, I mean, 30 is low scoring for a half. We just got to take shots that are open and not force it, and try to get us going individually. We got to continue to move the basketball.
All right, Melissa, thanks for the time. Good luck second half.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan, back upstairs to you.
That's our very own Adam Cavalier controlling the sidelines for this contest. Semifinal contest between Coker and Wingate. Melissa DeVore, proud of her team's effort to build a 17-point lead. We're going to take a quick break and come back with some more halftime analysis on the other side here on Flow College.
The NCAA sponsors 90 national championships each year, none of which could happen without officials. There's an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating on the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports. There are many great reasons to become an official. Stay in shape and get paid to do so. Meet new people and build relationships within a tight-knit community. Give back to the sport you love by creating a fair atmosphere and upholding the integrity of the game. Say yes to officiating. Visit ncaa.org/say yes to officiating for more information on how to get started.
At Anderson University, we are on a journey, one that seeks to find the purpose for which God created each and every one of us. So we search, we grow, we dive in, and with a close-knit community, small class sizes, accomplished and supportive faculty, and a spirit that believes that together we can accomplish big things. The person we are striving to become doesn't feel so far away. So we push, we dream, we dig deeper, until our journey finds us as teachers, artists.
Back to the hotel so they could get in bed early and that kind of stuff. So, whether we use it to our advantage or not, last year in this tournament, neither one of the top seeds that were able to take that day off actually advanced to the championship game. So hopefully we can make it right this year.
So Diamond McDowell and Zamiah Passmore double-doubles last night. Yep. Lee Passmore had 35 against Mars Hill, kind of powered them to that win when Diamond McDowell wasn't on the floor. What do you have to do today to contain that 1-2 punch that Anderson can provide?
Well, obviously, I think they've got one of the best rosters in our league and even in our region. And obviously those two players, if coaches vote right, will be All-Americans this year. And, they carry a big load. They have other people that can help them out. But, Zamiah is she's just an unreal basketball player. Diamond is a unique type player that you don't find in our league very often. And, I think she's got 2 National Player of the Weeks here lately. And they're very hard to guard, especially in transition, very hard to guard near the rim and in the paint. And every time we take on Anderson, we have our work cut out for us.
Here with head coach Mike Mincy of the Lady Eagles before Carson-Newman takes on Anderson later today. Back with more halftime action after this.
Learning of facts. It is a fun pursuit of wisdom. A wisdom to find joy in meaningful work and to seek the betterment of those around us. We will create the communities of tomorrow. We will work to cure diseases and fight hunger. We will run for office and serve our constituents. We will give back to our communities and build the businesses that will change the world. At Coker University, we will search for a better future and build it together.
Our roots run deep here at Catawba College. So do our ambitions. We're pushing and delivering on it. We don't just talk about saving
and maybe liquid IV or whatever you want to throw in for electrolytes and try to get our legs back. But you're right, it's always a great battle. What Coach Mincy's done there is incredible, but even more so, he'll tell you it's the players and how hard they play. So today's game is just going to be another battle between the two of us like it always is.
So you get 2 star-studded performances last night from Zamiah Passmore and Diamond McDowell. Those 2 really paced the way for you guys in that contest against Mars Hill. You come to expect that out of them. What's it going to take to get some others involved tonight to take down a talented Carson-Newman squad?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Obviously, they have their stars that we got to do our best to control and try to keep at their average. And same for them, they're going to do that with us. Definitely need our guards to step up a little bit. Last night, I think the jitters got in, the tightness of shooting, at the facility and that kind of stuff. But now we got that hopefully under our belt. Some of those guards will step up, hit some big shots. And then we just got to have our substitutions because you mentioned tired legs. So some of the subs have got to be ready to come in and, if nothing else, execute the defensive game plan and then let the owning the paint. And our goal will be just try to limit the touches as much as possible.
Ryan Wilkshire with Anderson head coach Jonathan Barbary previewing the last semifinal matchup of this evening between Carson-Newman and Anderson here on Flow College.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Back here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center, it's Coker 30, Wingate 13 at the break right here on Flow College. Ryan Wilkes joined alongside Andrew Rogers. Glad to have you all with us this evening for a SAC semifinal matchup, the first of two to come. Andrew, we take a look at some of the stats. Talked a lot about it. It's unfortunately the highlight of the half for Wingate is a bad one, 13.3% from the field. Coker didn't shoot necessarily well, but it's enough to build a double-digit lead.
Yeah, basketball sometimes is just a matter of who makes shots and who doesn't. And Coker made shots in the first half, and Wingate didn't. I mean, Wingate got some good offense and ran some good sets to get good looks, but could not convert inside the painted area very often against Coker's defense. Wingate was 1 of 13 on layups, so they took 13 shots that were statted as layups of their 30 in this game. So they're not just chucking up threes. They've only taken 3 threes. They're just not getting good looks, and you got to credit Coker's defense. They've done an excellent job of defending at a high level, and they've been able to score off that defense as well. At some point, you figure some shots will fall. Certainly Ann Hancock understands that her team's going to have to make shots, and curious to see what she has to say as she gets her group. She's an experienced coach. She's done this for a long time. They won the conference title last year. Curious to see what she thinks after that first half and how they make adjustments here in half number 2.
Andrew, she looked a little reluctant to catch up with our Adam Cavalier, but he has her down on the court. Andrew, or Adam, to you.
All right, thank you very much. Ryan Wilkes, Adam Cavalier alongside Anna Hancock, and offensively, tough sledding in that first half against the conference's top scoring defense. What's it take to get something going against the Cobras?
Well, one possession at a time. That's really all we can do, and hopefully if we get to see one go through the basket, it can build some momentum, and then just that's all what we talked about at halftime is just one possession at a time. And I think if we could get it go in the basket, then that would help us defensively too, just mentally, okay, I'm ready to play a little bit harder now. I thought we did a great job on Zero. She's scoreless. But when you can't get it to go in the basket, it makes it really hard. So we haven't made any excuses all year, so we're not going to make any now and come out and give it our best.
Yeah, really funky, little weird first half. I think if I were to tell you that you're going to hold Shantiana Tillman scoreless and that nobody was going to have more than 6 points for Coker, you'd probably like your chances. How can you use that as a springboard from a comeback effort in the second half?
Well, that's what we talked about, like that they weren't doing anything really stellar. It's just we missed too many around the basket, and I think, just kind of got a little dejected with that. So this is March, and we're going to, try to fight as hard as we can just to see what happens.
All right, Ann, thanks for the time. Good luck second half.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ryan, back upstairs to you.
Thank you, Adam. It is indeed March, Andrew. We've seen a lot of fireworks here at the South Atlantic Conference men's and women's basketball tournament. We'll take a look at the brackets before we get going here in the second half. As we look at the men's side, the final is set between Lenore Ryan and Lincoln Memorial. Chalk across the board outside of Catawba taking down Coker and Carson-Newman, the 5-4 matchup. Carson-Newman got the better of UVA Wasp, but two incredible matchups today to start tournament play or semifinal play. Now we have the two women's semifinals as we turn to the other side of the bracket. Should be a fun evening. It's been a fun evening so far here in the first semis, but Anderson and Carson-Newman set to face off. Andrew, Chalk on the women's side, What do you expect of the Carson-Anderson matchup we got coming up here later tonight?
Yeah, it should be a fun one there as well. Two teams split in the regular season and certainly know a lot about each other. They've seen each other now, counting tonight's meeting that'll happen after this one, 7 times over the last 2 seasons. That's just insane when you think about it. But this should be a fun second half here in Rock Hill. Expect Wingate, if they make some shots, to feel like they're back in this game. They're in it. They just have to make shots.
Mitchum controls for Coker out of the halftime break. Give off top to Ferguson. Now far side wing. It's Tillman who tries a mid-range jumper. She's fouled. And Shantiana Tillman will head to the free throw line looking for her first points.
Yeah, I think Adam hit it on the head when he asked Dan Hancock, if you hold the player of the year to 0 points, you're probably thinking, yeah, Wingate's winning. But when they only make 4 shots in 30 attempts, that's why they're losing. So you're not going to hold Tillman down. She's going to find a way to be effective, and she has been in a multitude of ways. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. But at some point, she's going to get going and try to elevate this Cobra squad to the championship game.
She's in the scoring column with her first free throw. Her second one rolls off to the right side, and Beal collects a rebound for Wingate. Wingate into the front court looking for a response here in the second half. Oliver has it on the near side of the wing, working on Tillman. She drives inside, back to the basket, loses it, keeps it in play for Bacon. Good hustle by Oliver. As given side to Beal, left-hand layup, good plus a foul. Exactly what Wingate needed out of the break. Lainey Beal heads to the line with a chance for one more.
It's crazy what made shots will do for a team. They're going to need more of that. And Lainey Beal is the most capable player on this Wingate team. When she gets to that left hand, her strong hand, she's tough to defend inside. That's a really good effort, 3-point play, and let's see if that ignites this Wingate team. When you play good offense, you play good defense. They go hand in hand. If you don't play good offense, it's hard to play good defense because you're so frustrated by all the missed shots.
Ferguson has it at the free throw line. She gives inside Thompson. Now a corner 3 for Tillman. No. Rebound tipped around. Ferguson tries to save it, and it goes out of bounds. So a score and a stop for Wingate. Still a 16-point game in favor of Coker. But again, as Ann Hancock said at the break, you got to take it play after play. And if you're just considering the last 2 possessions, good sequence for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, there's no 15-point shot. If there was, every team would attempt it on every play. You got to go one possession at a time, and there's a lot of basketball left.
Beal, a long skip pass for Beraldi. She takes it baseline, cut off by Mariah Mitchum. Anderson working to the basket, right hand leaner, no good. She gets her own miss, has it slapped away, and Tillman takes it. Here comes Shantiana Tillman down the left side of the lane. She'll pull it back out. Kick to the top, Ferguson. Ferguson to Wassel on the near side. Now inside, it's tipped around, collected by Kamari Ferguson. Now the free throw line. Shot inside, no good. Lainey Beal with another rebound. Beal has it taken away as Tillman takes it back for the Cobras. Right hand layup, no good. Off the rim, rebound will go out of bounds. Ferguson had a hand on it, couldn't collect it, and it will go back the way of the Bulldogs.
Some really good individual defense here. You saw the steal by Coker, and Tillman drives to the basket. Beraldi right there to play good defense. I mean, that was a tough sequence for both sides, but it highlights the individual defense that both these teams have played in this game.
And it shows, too, when Beraldi was just able to knock Tillman off a straight line drive, knocked her off her course, and she wasn't able to finish as Bacon has it knocked away by Kamari Thompson. It will stay with the Bulldogs with 13 to shoot. Just under 8 minutes to play here in this third quarter of tonight's first semifinal. As Wingate looks for an answer, trailed by 17 at the break. Beal feeds in Beraldi near side corner. Beraldi kicks the corner. Oliver, a couple dribbles inside the lane.
Tillman's
under
down.
10 to shoot as Shantiana Tillman is shaken up. Bacon has it. Oliver tries a corner 3. No good. Tillman recoups for a moment to grab the rebound. And now a timeout, I believe, called by Melissa DeVore. As Tillman jogging it off, looking at her hand. And that will take us to our first media break. Hopefully Shantiana Tillman's okay. We'll check on her on the other side. 31-16, Coker leads, but pretty good little sequence for Wingate. We'll see how the Bulldogs build on that after the break here on Flow College.
Our roots run deep here at Catawba College. so do our ambitions. Good change starts here, with us. And it goes far. Just you watch. Catawba College, good goes far.
Back at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center, Shantiana Tillman is checked out. She back out for the Bulldogs as Beal drives inside, spins inside. Lots of contact and an offensive foul on Lainey Beal. Looks like Waswa down there took a shot to the face. Nothing intentional there by Beal, but certainly the right call of an offensive foul. And now Wingate will seemingly make a platoon swap with the entire bench, at least the players that played in the first half, checking back in the contest. As we reset the floor for Wingate, it's Hughes, Ekpariga, Brown's out there, or Jones, excuse me. Chavis and Pollock as well. As Coker brings in the front court, Knight at the top of the key. Gives off for Mitchum. 15 to shoot for Coker, and an 18-point lead. Wassa will try a mid-range J. It rattles in. Little shooter's touch there from Maya Waswa, and it's a 20-point game. Waswa the first scorer to enter double digits. She has 10 on 5 of 9 shooting. Chavis will give off to Hughes. 17 to shoot for the Bulldogs as Hughes dribbles inside the arc. Now inside, Pollock back to the basket. Right hand leaner, no good. Rebound collected for the Cobras by Kamari Thompson. Kick up the floor, Waswa Euro step in the lane, and she scores. 4 straight points for Maya Waswa. And a good pass by Thompson up the floor to get it to her. Chavis now the other way, a left-hand layup. Scoots home. Back to a 20-point game, but Coker talked about Wingate trying to string together a little run. Coker's responded with one of its own. In the corner. It's a 3 for Waswa, and she has the last 7 for the Cobras. Timeout, and Hancock and Wingate. Andrew, what an answer by the Cobras. 41-18 after the last 3 from Maya Waswa.
You're seeing why she was an all-conference player after the regular season. Waswa filling it up from range. She's got 15. There's her first 3. It's all Coker here on Flow College.
It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them.
It is a fun pursuit of wisdom. A wisdom to find joy in meaningful work and to seek the betterment of those around us. We will create the communities of tomorrow. We will work to cure diseases and fight hunger. We will run for office and serve our constituents. We will give back to our communities and build the businesses that will change the world. At Coker University, we will search for a better future and build it together.
It's been Maya Waswa's world here in the second half, and we're just living in it here on Flow College. A 41-18 tally in favor of Coker. Waswa has the last 7 to bring her total to 15. Wingate ball out of the break with 5:35 and a moving clock here in this third quarter. Ekpariga drives down the right side of the lane, pulls it back out. 20 to shoot for Wingate, looking for an answer. You need one here, trailing by 23 in the third. Chavis into the corner. Jones to the free throw line, extended back out for Hughes. Under 10 to shoot. Hughes gets it inside for Jones, and she traveled. It's that help defense from Coker. The defense is a strong point, but right there it was a help from the weak side that created that turnover.
Yep, it was a good job off the ball screen. They sent 2 defenders to it, and then 2 more came right in the middle of the paint to force the traveling violation. Coker has really done a good job, not only to force Wingate into tough shots, but to force turnovers. 13 Wingate turnovers, and Coker scored 16 points off those turnovers.
Found the backcourt on Bethel Ekpariga as Coker retains possession. Knight in the backcourt will bring it across the timeline. Knight's played some good minutes off the bench. She's right in her season average was 7 on the evening. She has at the top of the key. Hughes tightly defending. Screen at the top from Thompson. Knight's trapped, but she gets out of it. 13 to shoot, kick in the corner from Mitchum. Now inside Thompson. Thompson right-hand hook shot, back iron no. and Ekpariga skies high for the board. Here comes Wingate pushing with urgency. About midway through this third quarter, Ekpariga drives down the lane, a left-hand layup off the top of the glass, no. And Thompson skies for the rebound, her fifth. Into the front court, Mitchum driving down the lane on Ekpariga, now kick back out. Taylor thinks about a three, drives on Jones, back out for Knight. 18 to shoot for the Cobras, leading by 23 and looking to build on it. Crossover move for Knight, she tries a free throw line jumper, glances off the front iron, no good. Thompson second chance, hook shot, back iron, no. Two good looks for Coker, couldn't get it to fall. The quality of looks between the Cobras and the Bulldogs has been pretty distinct here in this third quarter as Ekpariga brings it out to the top of the key. She'll try a three. Off the back iron, no. Rebound by Chavis. She steps through, can't get the right-hand layup to go. Third chance will fall for Kylie Chavis. Good fight on the glass to finally stick it back up and in.
Yeah, Chavis has been really good off Wingate's bench. That's her second field goal and has surpassed her season average of just 2 points now with 4.
In the far corner, Taylor, she spins on Chavis. Inside Thompson, back to the basket. She pulls it back out, gives to Mitchum with 15 to shoot. Now Taylor at the top. Knight collects at the top of the key. Will reset with under 10 to shoot. Mitchum gives off to Taylor. Taylor now to Waswa. Back to Knight. 5 to shoot. Knight drives inside. Back out Waswa. Top of the key. 3. No good off the iron. Thompson second chance. Can't get it to go first time. Third time puts it back up. No good, but a foul. Foul's going Ekpariga. She picks up her second. Actually, it's on Pollock, her first. As Mitchum will check out, Tillman back in. Good to see her back in the contest. Another good look for Watts at the top of the key, but 3 chances, 2 for Thompson, and she'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Thompson was really good this season. Third-team All-SAC player after averaging 7 points and 10 rebounds per game. We mentioned her being the conference freshman of the year. She's just been a really good player inside for Melissa DeVore. Shoots 54%. And a lot of her shots, and really all of them, she's only taken 1 3 in her 2-year career now. All of her shots come inside, so she's a really good player. And when she's only a sophomore, that's a great thing, because if you keep her in Hartsville all 4 years, she's going to really develop into an outstanding player.
She checks out, back in, and Anderson left-hand hook shot, rattles in. Good job by Anderson on a possession where Wingate hadn't penetrated inside yet. Gets it inside for Anderson, who scoops it home for 2. Knight to the front court for the Cobras, leading by 20. Here late in this third quarter, just under 2.5 to go. Knight gives off for Tillman. Back to the top for Christian Knight. 8 to shoot in the corner. Tillman tries a 3. No. And Pollock grabs a rebound. Here comes Pollock. Looking to hand off for Ekpariga, but off-ball defense again by Shantiana Tillman. Not allowing for the guards to get the ball as Oliver and Pollock collide at the top of the key. Oliver has it. She crosses over to the free throw line. Now hesitation move inside. Gives off Anderson. Right-hand layup. She can't get it to go. A good look from Oliver to Anderson, but she can't get the layup to fall.
That's really summed up Wingate's day on the offensive end, Ryan. Some really good offense. They got into the lane, but just couldn't make the layup, and was Oliver barrels overnight.
Yeah, another thing that encapsulates Wingate's day. It looked like Oliver had a clear path to the steal. She whiffs on it, then commits the foul. Just a tough break again for Wingate. It's not for a lack of trying, though. Wingate has created good looks, but the rolls haven't been there. And in doing that, Coker's been able to build this 20-point lead as Knight goes to the free throw line for 2.
Sometimes it's just not your day on the offensive end. Wingate was on the good side of that in the South Atlantic Conference Championship game last year in a rout of the 3-seeded Carson-Newman Eagles. That was a game where Carson-Newman had so much offensive momentum going into the title game and then couldn't shoot against Wingate's zone, and Wingate got a really good championship performance from Anna Baraldi. And so sometimes you're making shots and life's good, sometimes you're missing them, and right now for Wingate and throughout this entire game, it's been frustrating to play because of the struggles on the offensive end.
Kaylee Allen returns for the Cobras. That'll send Waswa to the bench as 2 free throws go for Allen. For Knight, and it's back to a 22-point game. Now a foul at the top of the key. Tillman knocks over Oliver, who's a little shaken up. That harassing ball pressure of Shantiana Tillman just got a little too far into Oliver there at the top of the key. As Oliver walking gingerly back to the Wingate bench. Looks like Chavis will check back in. 1:27 to play. The percentages have improved for Wingate, doubled its field goal total here in the third quarter. But Coker has kept the foot on the gas, as Melissa DeVore talked about at the halftime break. And that's allowed Coker to not only keep the lead, but add to it here in the third. Anderson at the top gives off for Laney Beal. Beal to the far side for Hughes. Hughes inside, Chavis inside the paint. She's backing down Lagenauer, and she sticks it up and in. Chavis gets it to go, and it's a 20-point game.
Good offense again. Able to convert. Now Wingate back on defense. Nice take.
Allen, a floater in the lane, hits every side of the rim and falls. And it's 46-24, but a timeout called. Shantiana Tillman has really had problems with her hand as she walks back to the bench. I think she was signaling for that timeout to be called. So we'll keep an eye on Tillman as she's walking towards the locker room. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here and talk about this matchup. Andrew Coker, one of its last 7, but Wingate has not been able to cut into the lead any further than it has.
No, not at all. And give credit to what Coker's been able to do offensively without Tillman's presence. She was so good in the quarterfinal round with 31 points, but in this game, Iowasa's helped these Cobras shoot 41% in this basketball game. They're up 24, and they've hit all 5 threes in this game. Consistent offense throughout. Coker got off to a slow start in this game as well. You have to remember that. And so what they've been able to do in the middle quarters of this game, in the second and third quarters, Coker's 34 to 17.
And the defense has been a factor as well, creating 13 turnovers, 16 points off those turnovers, and Wingate has not been able to create any offense off 6 Coker turnovers. That's been another storyline in this one. As Chavis gets it in the front court, gives off Leah Anderson. Anderson working on Lagenauer, right hand layup, no, but a foul called on Janae Lagenauer. Anderson has been forceful in trying to get to the basket, especially here in this third quarter. Does so right there, and she'll get 2 at the free throw line. So Lagenauer with the contact just went a little too far into Anderson, and the first free throw on the way for Anderson is true. Time's running out for Wingate to make a push. But Andrew, if the Bulldogs want to make it interesting in the fourth quarter, what are the keys for the Bulldogs in the final frame?
They're going to have to find ways to score quickly, and the best way to score quickly and efficiently without getting in the half court is creating some turnovers. Here's some full court pressure.
Mitchum gets it across the timeline to Courtney Taylor, who feeds back for Knight. 30 seconds on the game clock, about 9-second shot clock, game clock differentials. Knight has at the top, gives off Mitchum. Mitchum to the free throw line. Back out Allen. She'll try a near wing 3. No good off the far iron. Rebound collected by Taylor. Chavis rips it away, but a tie-up called, and it will go back to Wingate. Bulldogs have the final possession, most likely of this quarter, with 17.6 on the game clock and a chance to get it below a 20-point game. Try and create a little momentum, as you see the rebound there by Taylor. Strong rebound, but Chavis right there. And Diamond Jackson checks in for the first time. Today, Coker's proven as well how deep its bench is, bringing in a handful of players. Wingate's done the same, but the bench production has certainly been there for the Cobras.
Yeah, 8 different players have scored in the game. Waswa's been really good with 15, and then a bunch of others have multiple field goals for Melissa DeVore's team, and that's basically without Tillman. She has no baskets, and they're up 20.
Chavis at the horn. She's short with the final heave, and the third quarter has come to a close. 46-26 as Maya Waswa takes over in the third quarter. 7 consecutive points for her as she really geared this Coker run to take a 20-point lead into the final frame. Fourth quarter coming up of the first of 2 semifinals, deciding who will find their spot in the championship game, with either Carson-Newman or Anderson awaiting. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter here on Flow Sports.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Back for the start of the fourth quarter and the first of two semifinal matchups. Coker leads Wingate 46-26 and has it out of the quarter break. To the top now for Knight. Knight thinks about three, gives back to Waswa in the near corner. Knight pump fake on Laney Beal. Cross court pass, Mitchum, she'll try a three. Rattles around, no, off the front iron, and it deflects right to Bacon. Now up the floor, Beal able to get it away. Waswa tried to collect it. And now Anderson in the short corner. She tries a mid-range jump shot. Back iron, no. Rebound for Waswa. 46-26. It's been all Cobras as Wingate hasn't found the shooting rhythm. Allen goes down the lane, and she picks up a charge. Leah Anderson takes it. And a good hustle play there for Wingate to get the ball back early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's a really good defensive play by Leah Anderson here. Recognizes that Allen's just going to take a driving layup, and Anderson stands right at that right block and stands in there and takes the charge.
Chavis gets it across in the front court. She drives down the lane. Took a little hop step there, and it was too many steps. And a turnover for Coker is answered by a turnover for Wingate. You can't really have that if you're the Bulldogs trying to make a surge here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely not. 14 turnovers now and 9 made baskets. Right idea, but can't take that extra step with that foot. It's got to be a Euro step there if Chavis wanted to count that bucket.
Here's Maya Waswa, another good look, and she gets it to fall on the runner. And it's a 22-point game. 17 for Maya Waswa to lead all scorers. Kendall Shivers, she's checked in for the first time tonight. Wingate just looking for anybody that can get a bucket here down the stretch. As Bacon has it in the paint. Goes down the left side of the lane, tries a left-hand leaner, no. Rebound tipped around. Chavis has it at the top of the key. With 10 to shoot, Beal at the top now, pulls it back out. 7 to shoot for the Bulldogs. Beal gives off Chavis, a pump fake, now into the lane. Chavis, a running floater, no good. Bacon with the second chance, puts it back up, blocked by Allen, and collected by Jackson. Good defense again by Coker, denying that second chance. Mitchum kick back out, Knight, a three, no, and a foul on the rebounding action, and will go against Laney Beal. Coker again active on the offensive glass. It's another bench contributor, Diamond Jackson, who draws a foul. Bethel Ekperia checks back in for Wingate with 8:05 to play. As the inbounds pass tip goes right to Knight. She's trapped in the corner. Get back to the top, Waswa with 15 to shoot. Right at the top with 13. As Coker looks to continue to build on this lead. Far side, Mitchum. Now Knight. She tries a three. And it rattles just outside the far side of the rim. And a foul in the rebounding act. It'll go against Kamari Thompson. As the two teams look to take the lid off the basket. The only basket here in this fourth quarter was that Maya Waswa layup. And that's about as close as a shot can get to not falling for Knight.
Sometimes the rims have been kind here in Rock Hill, and fortunately that time they were unkind.
Leah Anderson trying to take herself the other way, and she's fouled by Diamond Jackson, and she'll go to the free throw line. Anderson's been active trying to get the rim. She's 2 of 2 from the line. She'll go back for her third and fourth attempts. Try and get this deficit back to 20. Here in this second half for Wingate, the Bulldogs have matched their first half total of 13. Now make it 14 in the second half for the Wingate Bulldogs as Anderson knocks down the first free throw. For Coach Ann Hancock, Andrew, what are you expecting out of your team down the stretch here when it hasn't been your day to try and make things interesting in the semifinal matchup?
Yeah, you just got to continue to play with maximum effort. Never give up. You never know what can happen. It's March basketball. A couple of baskets go your way. You never know how this game can flip. It's obviously very improbable, but still 7.5 to play. But the offense is not shown to be there today for Wingate.
You see Wingate's full court pressure. It's been there. It just hasn't paid off as Coker able to set up the offense, and right on cue, a turnover. Ekperia down the floor. The right-hand layup falls. A little 4-0 burst for Wingate, and it's an 18-point game as Anderson takes it away. Her layup no good. Gets it back, sticks it back up and in. Right on cue, a 6-0 run for Wingate. And we'll see how this pays off. Now a foul in the backcourt by Ekperia to kind of slow things down a little bit. Wingate able to make a little surge there. Ekperia to the basket. Anderson gets it to go. And just like that, it's a 16-point contest.
Yeah, and again, just one possession at a time. Good defense that leads to offense. And then right on the inbound, Lee Anderson gets her hands in the passing lane, and it leads to another basket. That's the best way to score when you're struggling to score in the half court, is to use your defense to lead to offense.
See Wingate trying to set up that trap. Knight able to get it to Mitchum as she splits the double. Now gives it off for Deja Ferguson. Ferguson at the free throw line. Kick back out Knight with 15 to shoot. 6:50 to moving clock here in this fourth and final frame of this first semifinal. As Ferguson spins the lane, back out Knight, a pump fake. It's Ekperia in the air. Now tries a mid-range Jane. She got it to fall. Good action by Kristen Knight to get Ekperia up in the air as Oliver moving quickly has it deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Wingate. Andrew, when Kristen Knight's had a decent night from behind the arc, a good pump fake there to get Ekperia in the air, and then take the higher percentage mid-range jump shot for two.
Yeah, Knight's really good with that pump fake. She's got really good ball handling skills as well, and that's what allows you to have a lot of success when you can use the pump fake and then dribble well with it after that.
Anderson inside. She's fouled and gets it to fall. Leah Anderson is trying to will her team back in this contest, and she'll go back to the free throw line. 12 for Anderson and the chance for her 13th at the charity stripe.
It's a really good take. Anderson's been terrific all season long and does a good job playing through the contact in the lane.
It's the tightest it's felt like it's been like in a while between these two teams, with Anderson's free throw no good. The lead is still 16 for Coker. But a good surge here for the Bulldogs, as Mitchum has in the front court. Give off tonight at the Rock Hill logo at midcourt. Under 20 to shoot. Inside Ferguson, kick back out Mitchum. She'll try a three. No dice as it glances off the far side rim and trickles out of play. Slowly but surely, Andrew, it seems like Wingate is making its way back in this contest. It just begs the question, do the Bulldogs have enough time? As Beal, a full court baseball pass up the floor. It's deflected. Knight collects, and a foul by Oliver. You get the idea there for Beal, but she leaves it a little bit short. And it looked like Oliver was well defended regardless, even if she's able to catch that pass with two Coker Cobras back there defensively.
And good job by Coker as well to defend that and come up with a loose ball that ends up drawing the foul on Oliver. Got to appreciate what Wingate's been able to do here. This pressure defense has caused some chaos because Coker's not taking care of the ball.
Now a pass into the backcourt. It's going to go out of play. I knew even if she touched it's a backcourt violation, and a turnover for the Coker Cobras, the 11th of the contest for Melissa DeVore's squad. But we talked about it earlier, Wingate not able to create many points off turnovers, as Ekperia has at the top of the key. Gives off Kylie Bacon far side, a member of the all-freshman team this year in the South Atlantic Conference. Now backdoor cut by Ekperia, miscommunication as Waspa gets to steal. Ekperia fouls her, that's her third. Again, some of these plays for Wingate down the stretch, you get the idea, it's just the execution that hasn't necessarily been there.
Yeah, pass was a little short of the target, and you have to credit what Maya Waswa was able to do with her athleticism and length to deflect that pass. There's another steal.
Another steal for Beal down the right side of the lane. Little floater falls. 14-point game as Lainey Beal back on the score sheet. She has 9. Now a steal for Bacon. Here come the Bulldogs. Give up. Ekperia tries a three. Yes! Bethel Ekperia for 3. And it's an 11-point game. A wonderful sequence for the Bulldogs as Ekperia nets the triple, and it will send us to a media timeout. 5:16 to play. It's an 11-point game as Wingate starting to surge at the right time. We'll see what the Bulldogs have to offer in the midst of this little spurt for the Bulldogs. We'll be back with 5:16 to play here on Flow College.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Back here on Flow College, Wingate has tightened the hatches on the Coker Cobras. A little bit of drama down the stretch. Still an 11-point game in favor of Coker, but a good stretch for Wingate. 7-0 run as we restart action. Knight trapped in the backcourt. It's a 10-second violation. That backcourt pressure is working for Ann Hancock's squad, and Wingate gets the ball back with a chance to make it a single-digit contest.
There's so much activity on the ball. Look at all the blue jerseys in the area causing chaos. They've all got their hands in the passing lanes. Ryan, the dogs are starting to bark.
You got the band on your side. You got the crowd on your side. We'll see what Wingate can do here with under 5 to play. Oliver top of the key. Up to the top for Laney Beal. Beal working near the free throw line. Bounce pass inside Bacon. Bacon backing down Ferguson. Layup no good, but a late whistle. And I believe Kylie Bacon will head to the free throw line.
There's a lot of contact underneath. Bacon scoreless in this game and staying aggressive underneath. Hasn't been hurt inside 0 of 5 from the field, but does a good job getting good positioning at the block and draws contact.
Wingate 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Heading back to the free throw line for 2. A chance to cut it to at least 10 on the first from Bacon. It's no good. Just a second miss from the charity stripe today for the Wingate Bulldogs. With the second one awaiting for Kylie Bacon. Second free throw, no good. A missed opportunity for Wingate to make it a single-digit ball game, but the pressure remains for Wingate. Trap in the backcourt. Mitchum tries to go around Bacon, and she does so as Mitchum's fouled. And it'll put the Coker Cobras in the bonus. Tough stretch there for Kylie Bacon. 2 missed free throws and the foul. That puts Coker back at the free throw line.
Good to see Shantiana Tillman back on the floor. She's missed a lot of this second half, having problems with that left hand, but good enough to give it a go here. Thought for a while you wouldn't need her in this game because you were up as many as 23 in this second half, Ryan, but with Wingate trying to steal the momentum, they've got it right now. They got to put your player of the year and your point guard back on the floor.
Mitchum's first free throw doesn't go as it remains an 11-point ball game in favor of Coker. The second up and no good. 4 straight missed free throws, 2 per side, and it remains an 11-point ball game. Beal brings it across the timeline. Handoff goes to Ekperia. Now Bacon, handoff back to Laney Beal, who's been quiet this evening. Ekperia, top of the key. She's going to try a 3. It's blocked by Waswa. Back out. Beal tries a 3. No. Rebound for Anderson. Back out Oliver with 18 to shoot. She drives down the lane, and it's tipped. I believe that was Kamari Thompson that got the block, and she deflects it out of play. And Wingate keeps the possession with 15 to shoot.
Really good team defense all around. You see it is Thompson with the rejection there on Oliver. A lot of white jerseys every time a Wingate offensive player attacks the rim.
Looks like upon replay, that might have gone off Wingate. A good break for the Bulldogs. It's Anderson inside right-hand hook. Can't hit iron, and Shantiana Tillman down with a rebound. Tillman, a quiet day for her. She has just 1 point. Has yet to hit a field goal, but does have 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And she gives off for Mitchum. 19 to shoot for Coker with an 11-point lead. Time quickly ticking down. Under 4 to play in the first semifinal in SAC women's basketball tournament action. Mitchum down the lane. Give off for Thompson, and it deflects off her body and out of play. Andrew, Wingate on a 13-2 run. On the last few possessions, of its last 4 field goals has not been able to get within single digits. Ekperia across the timeline for Beal at the top of the key. Far side, Kylie Bacon at the top for Anderson. 17 to shoot for Wingate. Trying to cut into this deficit. Anderson down the lane, tries a mid-range jumper. Back iron, no good. Tillman whiffed on the rebound, goes right to Ekperia. She can't get it to go. And now, is it a jump ball or a foul? It's going to be a jump ball. And possession will stay with Wingate. Wingate's had a good surge here, but after that timeout, hasn't made a field goal and hasn't been able to cut this from an 11-point deficit.
Yeah, getting some good looks, but Coker's defense is settling in again and making things difficult. And they know their opportunity to play in the championship game is on the line.
Ekperia down the right side of the lane. She's denied by Thompson as possession stays with Wingate, but Thompson again, another erasure at the rim. That's the third block of the game for Kamari Thompson. As Ekperia backs down Mitchum, turns, can't find anybody, tries a right-hand scoop shot, doesn't find the rim. Here comes Tillman moving quickly for Coker left to right. She'll pull it back out, slow things down. You got over 3 to play. You don't need anything here on this possession as Coker will pull it out with 20 to shoot. Time running out on the Wingate Bulldogs. As Mitchum drives in the lane, kick back out. Tillman will be a good time for her first field goal. She can't get it to fall. But the rebound finds the hands of Maya Waswa. Mitchum a 3. No. Rebound tip. Tillman collects on the far side. And a third opportunity for Coker. Back out Waswa was an open look, but she pulls it back out with 9 to shoot. Tillman top of the key, drives on Oliver. A floater in the lane will fall. Shantiana Tillman's first field goal. Now almost a turnover as Waswa got her hands on it, but it goes out of bounds. But Andrew, a good time for your first field goal for Shantiana Tillman. Gets Coker its first made field goal in a while. And the Cobras are back up 13. Just over 2.5 to play. Time running out on Wingate as Beraldi checks back in. Give off to Beal. Beal down the lane. Left-hand layup. Rolls home. Clock's under 2.5 to play as Beal gets her 9th point in the contest. Trap in the backcourt, over the head heave to Waswa, and she's fouled by Oliver just a little late, trying to get to that high arcing pass. Late jump, wasn't able to get there in time, and Waswa draws the foul.
Yeah, that was a lollipop in the air from Tillman. This ball hung in the air forever, and somehow it got to Waswa. Good job by her to track that basketball. You can see there wasn't a collision there, too. Anytime the ball's in the air like that, saw that happen in the Lenore Ryan Catawba men's semifinal. Ball was in the air in transition. 2 players collided. It led to a flagrant foul. Good job by Waspa there. Maintain possession and knock down these free throws.
Not to mention what a wild game that was
in
the men's semifinal. Lenore Ryan able to outlast, we'll call it a battle with Catawba. The lower-seeded Indians gave Lenore Ryan everything it had. The physicality was there for the Indians, but just couldn't get it done in the end. It's a 13-point game with just over 2 minutes to play. Anderson kick out Oliver. She'll try a 3. No good front iron. Rebound collected by Waspa. Now a foul, I believe, will go on Anna Beraldi. Andrew, I think the last punch thrown by Wingate was cutting it to an 11-point game. And it seems like the Bulldogs are just out of steam here in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament.
Yeah, you got to give it up to them, though, because they made things interesting. They put a lot of game pressure on Coker here down the stretch. It has forced the Cobras to make some free throws and run good offense, but ultimately the first half shooting woes and really the entire game shooting woes are why Ann Hancock's team looks like they're going to be eliminated from the conference tournament.
And Andrew, sometimes in March you see 1 seeds exit tournaments early and not necessarily live up to the bidding. But Melissa DeVore's squad has been ready to play. If the result stands, it will be Coker's second win of the tournament, and the Cobras will advance to the conference tournament final tomorrow against either Carson-Newman or Anderson. Anderson in the corner, she floats it up, no good. Rebound collected by Lainey Beal. Second chance for Wingate with 1:46 to play. Bacon down the lane, her floater no good. She gets it back, puts it back up and in, plus the foul. Kylie Bacon, good stick-to-itiveness on that possession, and she's rewarded with an extra free throw at the line. Waswa just a little bit mistimed the jump, and Beal was able to find Bacon, who tried once, tried again, and she's at the free throw line.
You talk about one seeds and what Coker's going to be able to do here as long as they can hold this 12-point lead, but the last time a one seed played in a conference championship game, Anderson in 2020, right before the COVID-19 pandemic, and over the last decade, only 4 number 1 seeds have made it to the championship game. Not an easy thing to do.
Beraldi's three no good. Wasp with the rebound. Now a kick up floor for Mitchum. And Coker looking to go on cruise control here to end this ball game despite some ball pressure and it being tipped out of bounds. It will stay with the Cobras, and Andrew, barring anything spectacular here, it would take a lot for Wingate, who hasn't had the shot making in this contest, to draw this game closer than it is. As Tillman in the backcourt gives off Mitchum. Looks to be the Cobras that will be the first team to advance to the championship game on the women's side as Beraldi picks up the foul. And it will send Coker back to the free throw line. Mitchum will take them with a minute and 22 seconds to play.
Mariah Mitchum shooting 2.
First free throw for Mitchum set to be put up, and it falls. Mitchum's third point of the ball game on the free throw. As she awaits the second, it's up, back iron, rolls off. Anderson with the board. Wingate looking to move quickly. Down 13 with just over a minute to play. Beal into the front court. Gives out Beraldi. Beraldi near side corner to Anderson. Anderson back to the basket. Tries to turn around jumper. No. Mitchum the board. Mariah Mitchum pushing quickly over to Waspa. Waspa's going to pull it back out. Feed to Mitchum. A minute on the clock. A 13-point lead for the Coker Cobras. Looking to be the first team to advance to the championship game. Chavis trapping Lagenauer. No call yet. Lots of contact. Looked like Melissa DeVore was trying to call a timeout, but couldn't get it off as possession stays with Coker. Andrew, we talked about Melissa DeVore's turnaround of this Coker Cobra squad. 11 wins in her third season. It was a program high for a while there, and then she took Coker to the tournament last year. And this year, the tournament's number 1 overall seed.
Yeah, really impressive work, and obviously won the conference's Coach of the Year. You figure she'll be up for the National Coach of the Year if Coker makes a deep run in the NCAA tournament.
A turnover with 3 to shoot. Beal brings in the front court. She'll try right-hand layup, and she's blocked by Maya Waswa. Anderson with the rebound, and that might be the sealer. Tillman up floor, right-hand layup, good. Maya Waswa, the key cog in that break, as she gets a denial. Anderson up the floor to Tillman. That's a pretty good way to stamp this one. Beal down the lane, runs over Maya Waswa, and Coker's going to get the ball back. The Cobra's probably going to dribble out this clock, and Coker will head to the South Atlantic Conference Championship game.
Yeah, what a way to pretty much wrap up this one. What a take by Tillman to finish on one end, and then the defense by Waswa to pretty much put this one to bed. What a performance from Coker on the defensive end. Both the opponents they've played, Ryan, in the South Atlantic Conference tournament have yet to hit 50 points. Their defense, referring to the Cobras, has been excellent.
Quite impressive from Coker. Likely the largest test awaits for the Coker Cobras in the championship game. It will be either Anderson or Carson-Newman to face off with the number 1 overall seed. Coker will get it done as the clock trickles under 3 seconds, and that's how this contest will end. Melissa DeVore has coached the Coker Cobras to the South Atlantic Conference Championship game as the Cobras become the first team to advance on the women's side of the bracket.
Yeah, really great performance, and what she's done, I mean, there's just so many good things you can say about Melissa DeVore and this Coker roster. They're talented top to bottom. Shantiana Tillman was spectacular in the quarterfinal rounds. And you didn't need her to be that way in this game because Maya Waswa was great with 20 points. Kristen Knight made plays off the bench with 11 points. And most importantly, Ryan, their defense was elite. Held Wingate to 24% shooting. You're going to win a lot of games when you hold a team to 24% shooting, and the Bulldogs only made 1 triple as well.
And Andrew, if Coker or if Wingate could cut that game to single digits, maybe we're talking differently here, as the momentum was certainly with the Bulldogs with a couple empty possessions, and Wingate wasn't able to get it back to a single-digit contest, which allowed Coker to accordingly pull away and secure the win. 58-43 final between Coker and Wingate. Anderson and Carson-Newman set to get underway in about 30 minutes, but our Adam Cavalier has Coker's head coach, Melissa DeVore. She's headed the conference championship for the first time in her career. As Adam Cavalier, take it away with Melissa DeVore.
All right, thank you very much, Ryan Wilkes. Adam Cavalier alongside Melissa DeVore. Melissa, SAC title game bound. How does that sound?
That's exciting. That's exciting. We're a little beat up right now, so hopefully we get some miracle work tonight and maybe wrap ourselves in some bubble wrap tomorrow. But I'm excited just to have the opportunity to play. This team really deserves this chance to play in this game. They've shown fight all year, so I'm excited.
The recipe was much the same as it was in the regular season for you, a dominant defensive effort. Wingate was 5 of 29 on its first 29 layup attempts. And yet, you would expect maybe some seconds or thirds. I would argue your second, third shot defense was just as good. Break down the effort to control the game inside against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we controlled it. Like, we contested their shots, but we just didn't secure the bag. So they kept getting second, third opportunities. I don't know what the rebound margin is, but they said they had 22 offensive rebounds. It felt like 50. But they're a good team. We know that. They're not going to quit. They're going to continue to pursue the basketball. And when you struggle scoring and you're searching, you're trying to get layups. So, I mean, that's a testament to Wingate. Tonight just wasn't their night.
I think if I were to tell you before the game that Shantiana Tillman was only going to have 5 points and go 2 of 11 from the field, you might have some cause for concern.
Right.
Maya Waswa, on the other hand, steps up big time. 20-point night. What'd you see from her on a day where your player of the year didn't have the best offensive showing?
Yeah, no, Maya had some bounce to her tonight, and she's shown that. I think we started the year, Maya led us in scoring our first 3 games. She's very capable. It's just Till has late. It's, you're riding with who's hot. But the way that we play, the ball moves more balanced. I'm really proud of Maya, though. You could tell it in her eyes and in the pregame speech, like she was ready to play today and had a little different energy. And it helps that, when Till is not her typical self, Maya was able to step up. So that's just this group. This next guy up, and they just want to play. They just want to.
24 hours from now. Are we at the 20 hour? Yeah, a little under 24 hours from now. You get the winner of Carson-Newman and Anderson. What's the process like while you wait on the winner of the second semifinal between the Eagles and Trojans?
Yeah, I guess just try to rest. And everyone knows what everyone's doing at this point. You just got to, if your mental is in check and your energy is right, you give yourself a chance. So I just got to try to, I don't think we won the game, but we're a little bit beat up, So I just got to try to get them the energy back and maybe get them to bed a little earlier tonight.
All right, Melissa, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan, back upstairs.
Thank you, Adam, our very own Adam Cavalier, with winning head coach Melissa DeVore taking Coker to the championship game set for tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The Cobras will await either the Carson-Newman Eagles or the Anderson Trojans, who are set to get underway in just about 30 minutes. That'll end our coverage of the matchup between Coker and Wingate. Another great defensive showing from Coker sends the Cobras to the championship game. We'll be back in just a little while. It's Carson-Newman and Anderson set to get underway. We'll have your coverage in just a little bit here on Flow College.